I'm Deborah McDavis, and I have the privilege of being the First Lady of Ohio University. I didn't know what it would be like to play the role of First Lady. I just had to wait until I got into the position to find out. August the 1st is the beginning of the 7th year. Being the First Lady, it's not a part-time position. The First Lady position is being on, I think, at all times, and being busy at all times, and not just through the weekday, but through the weekends. I get up at 3:30 in the mornings. Gives me a chance to get some personal housework kind of things done for me, you know, like the dishes in the sink from last night, or preparing the meal. I can take care of many things from 3:30 till about 6 in the morning. And a typical day are those what I would call domestic kinds of chores. And then there are, I guess, the business-oriented kinds of things that require my meeting with the staff. This is Deborah McDavis. May I help you? Working in the office, answering emails, letters, correspondences. I spend a good hour or so a day just writing thank you notes, responding to donors who have sent us lovely letters, lovely gifts, responding to parents who call. Type situation, and we like to accommodate no more than 40. It's a full-time endeavor. Am I comfortable with that being the case? Well, I am now, certainly after having done it for 7 years. But I think if I had my preference, I tend to be more comfortable with doing one thing. I am very much involved with seeing and being around my babies, as I call them. I love the students and think of them very much as if they are my own. We live right here in the midst of campus where we see them all the time as we either go out individually or as a couple we go to events. Never fails, the students will stop and talk to us. To see them at graduation is just the best. It is the best part of this for me. I want to hear the names of each one of those students called as they come up to receive those diplomas, those degrees that they have. It's just remarkable that they've come here, they have survived, they have matriculated, they have learned, and they're off and running, and it's just something very special. There certainly was no, I'm going to start a collection of elephants. I will say that it began here. I don't know how it started. It might be that folks did see the big elephant there, and folks began to give me elephants. I get gifts of elephants. I have probably close to 200 of them now. Former President Alden has brought me one that talks. It's the only elephant that I have that if you squeeze him, he actually trumpets. It's become a collector's item for me, and I'm very proud of it. And so I have to admit that when I go shopping, one of the things I do look for, I said, I've got to get me an elephant. We were sophomores in high school, and my younger brother, he went to school with the president. On July the 11th, 1964, we started dating. had a very interesting relationship. We were very, very good friends. We married 7 years after that. Had our first child 9 years after that. And as I said this past week, when we just celebrated 39 years. So next year will be our 40th wedding anniversary. And then Ryan came along in April of '80, and he's been a joy. He's my heart, I call him, my firstborn and the elder. And then my baby, 27-year-old Tony, he'll be 28 in October. He is my precious. That's what I call him. He's my precious. Regardless of what they've been through and what they've done, we love them. We love them unconditionally, unconditionally. I made a decision to become Mrs. McDavis, and that means coming along with him. I promised him that I would be satisfied to go anywhere he would go, even if it was Timbuktu. Hopefully we have been able to lift the university, bring it into the 21st century, so to speak, since we entered, this time, and that we've been able to accomplish some things that will make a difference. Maybe once we leave, we will be perceived as a president and a first lady who not only loved each other and loved each other very much, but worked together for the goodness or for the benefit of this university. If that's all that is said about us, I'm happy, because that goes back to the way we started together.